Hello, I'm Maria from the Rich and Simple Living, and today I'm coming to you with a couple of different subjects. We're going to talk about homeschool for a little while, and then I'm going to talk about seeds for my garden. I've got an assortment of seeds down here that I want to show you. Some I've saved and some that I bought last year and only used half of, because I need to go through them all to see what I need for this coming year. But first of all, like I said, we're going to just have a brief talk to do with homeschooling. The reason I wanted to talk about it was because I came across something on the BBC News yesterday. I read my news through the online on the newspapers, and I came across something in the BBC, and I'll just read out. I photoshot it so I can read parts of it to you, tell you basically what it's about. So it's to do with the Children's Commissioner for England. Some of you might have heard of this already, I don't know, and I don't know if it's anything to worry about, but anyway, it's to do with the Children's Commissioner for England, and it says in one part at the beginning of it, this woman is calling for every child to have a single identifying number that can be used by schools, health authorities and the police. So it doesn't go into detail about anything like that, but it does carry on to say that she's going to have an inquiry. Well, an inquiry is going to be launched into children who don't attend school since the lockdown. Well, when I first read it, I thought, oh, that's talking about children, you know, who go to school and then lockdown came along and for various reasons haven't gone back to school. So I thought that at first. So I just carried on reading, which I don't know why, because normally if it's something like that, I would just shut it off because it wouldn't apply to me. But for some reason I carried on reading. And it said, this lady said that there's between 80,000 and 100,000 children who are not on any school rolls at all. So that's when my interest grew, because I thought, well, Sean's not on any school rolls. Homeschool children, well, some are obviously registered when they've come out of school, and, you know, they register with the local authorities, but I don't think Sean is, and I imagine a lot aren't. But then she's wrote, literally, and this is in quotation marks, literally, I'm going to go out and find them, she told the BBC News. So this woman, this Commissioner for Children of England, of Children for England, whatever, she is saying that there's between 80,000 and 100,000 children who are not on any school rolls at all. And she is literally going to go out and find all these children. She said that the Department for Education said its top priority was supporting children to attend school and college. Then it goes on to talk about how many percentage of children are normally in school around this time of the year and what the percentage is at the moment, and they were saying that some absences are probably due to illness and COVID, and others have failed to return following classroom closures due to the pandemic. So it does go on to say that, and she says various reasons why some children don't go back to school because of it, but then she goes on again about other children were not even on any school roll, and that's quoted. And she would go out and find them. That's quoted also. And in quotations, she says, I am going to use the police or the local safeguarding boards to find them, she said. So I don't quite know what that's all about, but she says she wants to find these children because she wants to talk to them and ask them what's going on and get them into a school, get them back into school or into a school. Now, this woman who does this is a former head teacher, and she's worried that vulnerable children could fall into criminality. And then they go on to refer to some of the children who have been, well, a little boy recently who'd been murdered by his parents, killed by his father, and they use that as an example, which I think is a bit crazy, really. She said, this lady, this commissioner, said that she's received commitment from Education Secretary Nadim Zahawi, however you say it, sorry if that's wrong, to create a national database to see attendance data in real time. She goes on then to talk about children who are in school, morning and afternoon sessions, and their attendance records. She's written to local authorities and safeguarding boards across England and was meeting with representatives from 10 local authorities on Wednesday. So as I read this yesterday, I don't know if it was referring to that day or next Wednesday coming. She's asking for data from schools, and she's asking how many children they've got in the area. Local authorities, she's asking local authorities. She wants to know how many children they've got in the area, how many children are not on a school roll, and how many children are waiting for school places. She says that she cannot believe that we can't actually manage to find every child in this country. Let's have a look at how she says. Said the top priority continues to be supporting all children to attend school or college. It's all right, I'm just glancing through because I photoshot it. Yeah, their goal is to make sure that every child has the opportunity to spend time in class with inspirational teachers and good friends. That's like saying, you know, being homeschooled, they're not being schooled by inspirational teachers. We've got no inspiration to teach them whatsoever. And that obviously they think they've got no friends because they want them to be in school with good friends. Well, from my experience, children who are not in school have better friends out of school than what they've got in school. So, yeah, that's the end of it then. So, yeah, basically that's what it's saying. I don't know if that's something to be alarmed about. I'm not sure. It doesn't mention, well, it keeps talking about being on a school roll, but it doesn't mention school registers as such. I imagine they'd have to start a register first. I don't know what's in this person's mind, but it says that she's literally going to go and find every child using whatever means it takes to find children that are not on school rolls. So we can just wait and see what happens, whether it does affect us homeschooling parents and our children. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But some of you might have read it and it might be something of nothing. If you do know any more about it, please let me know. But other than that, like I say, just wait and see what happens. So that was my little homeschool thing. Another thing before I move on to my garden seeds is Sean wanted me to show you a book she's been doing in a self-led work. You know, I've been saying she's been writing stories in the self-led work. Well, we've printed one out for her with a little help. So that's the front cover of it. Mind you, it might be better if I move it, put it into a folder. There we are. Alexander and the Great War is put. So a book is about, again, I've got to look at another phone to tell you. It's about a guy's family split when he's young and he's going to visit half of his family in Sarajevo. He gets caught up in an assassination plan and gets the blame for killing the Archduke. He gets thrust into war and meets friends along the way. Will he ever see the rest of his family again? So that's what Sean's story is about. And as you can see, it's all nicely done out with the page numbers at the bottom, and it looks so good done like this. I like it's very awkward to do it set out like a real book there. everything except a dedication. Should dedicate it to Mum, who has the patience to read it. She's laughing now, she's over there. But yeah, it's all done out and all been printed out like a proper book. And she's got chapters, as you can see, different chapters. So she's writing another one at the moment. So as you can see, she's done with that one, and she's writing another one at the moment. But she wanted me to show you it because I think I'd mentioned before that she was writing in her own time in the afternoon for her self-led work. She was writing stories. So this was the first one she did. So yeah, she's working on the second one at the moment. So I'll show you that. So that's that for the home education bits I want to tell you. Now I'm going to show you what seeds I've got. If I could push you back, I don't know whether we can arrange it so we can see what I'm doing. Let's have a look. Excuse me a minute. Not very good at this. As you know, I'm not very good at this. Now, if I sit back and I can bring the seeds forward, and you can't really see them, can you? How's that? Is that any better? I'll move this wire out of the way, or I'll be tangling in that next. See a little bit. Swing round. So, I've been through my drawer. I chuck all my seeds in the drawer. Seeds I've got left, seeds that I save, and any I come by along there, come across a long way. So I chuck them all in a drawer, but somebody's been throwing the crafting stuff in as well, so I've had to dig everything out the drawer. But got lots of things. There's probably more beyond here, but I can't really get you back much more, I don't think, to see. It's stretching the wire. So yeah. First of all, I'll show you these. These are flower seeds. Not really big on doing a lot of flowers. I like that. It's like Love in a Mist. My favourite stuff, Love in a Mist. So I've got some dahlias, forget-me-nots, I like them too. Straw flowers. But they're old seeds. When we were clearing out my uncle's house, when he passed away, I just found lots of seeds. And I think if you'd seen last year's, when I found those marigold seeds and I planted them, I can't remember what year they was meant to be in, by 2017 or 2019, I can't remember. And I said, if you remember, we'll chuck them in a tray and we'll see if they grow. And they grew beautiful, and they were the ones that are in my tubs that you saw throughout the gardening collabs. They were the ones. So I have actually saved a load of seeds from them. They're very easy to save. So I've got marigolds from my uncle's packet. So hopefully they'll grow again this year. So I have got a nice big envelope full. They just add colour around the garden. I've always liked marigolds because they're nice in pots and you can just splash them around the garden.
Oh dear.
No, Dean's cleaning his fish tank out and he's just picked his ship apart and the master's broke off. But anyway, so these were some other old packets. I didn't use them last year. And I thought what I'll do, the other day when I showed you a little tour of the homestead, then you saw the old baths and tubs up alongside of the fence where I said I'd put daffodils in. I thought I might sprinkle these in spring, just sprinkle them into them. They'll either grow or they won't grow. But I thought, well, it's worth a try, isn't it? Because they're only going to be thrown away otherwise. I mean, this one, Pheasant's Eye, Scarlet Chalice, that should have been used by the end of 2019. These haven't even got a date on them because they look like from an old newspaper, and look how tatty they look. Miss Jekyll Blue, Nigella. So we'll see, we'll throw them in. The dahlias. So by 2015, so if these grow, that is going to be amazing. Forget-me-nots, 2017. And the straw flower, 2015 again. So it's going to be very hit and miss if any of these grow. But I don't like throwing old seeds away. I have a go at growing anything, because you often find they do grow, some do grow, and you know, like I showed you with the marigolds last year, you're always going to get some. So never give up on anything just because it's got a date on it. Don't give up on it. Just throw it in and see what happens. So yes, they're going to be thrown into them baby baths. Now, seeds I saved last year, some ghost pumpkin seeds. They were out of a Tesco pumpkin that, well, I think it was a Tesco pumpkin or Aldi, that they had for Halloween. One of them had come and bought it, and we saved the seeds out of it. We don't know if they'll grow, but we've got loads of seeds in there. But we'll try. I don't even know where the pumpkins are going to go this year. I could do with a space for them. I've got to think about this, but I do want to have a go to see if they'll grow. You see, when you save your own seeds, you put them in packets or jars or whatever you put them in, put them away, and you use them over years. You don't always use them all in one go, so you don't know how old they are, and they always grow. So got some peas. These are peas that I saved off the peas that we grew ourselves last year, and I have got some left. I don't know if they're in here. Packets everywhere. Ah, yes. So I've got half a packet still left. See if we can see what the variety they are without tipping it up. Hurst Green Shaft. They were really nice. They were good peas. They grew well. They were really nice. So I saved some seeds, and we've got some seeds, so we're going to put them in. But it's like I was saying the other day, I'm going to put them in at separate intervals, not all in one go. So we'll try and get a continuous supply of peas through the summer as best we can anyway. So yeah, I know I put these in an envelope because I was worried they're all going to fall out. Bits and pieces everywhere. Sweet peas, saved seeds off the sweet peas. Now I've been saving seeds off these sweet peas for years. But this one actually came from just one little seed from the ground that grew, and I saved some seeds from it. And this is where these have all come from, last year's lot. It's not as many seeds as I'd like in there, but I've got to build them up again, I think. Can't remember what these were, antique something or other. But it's been that many years ago since I bought them, I have no clue what they were. But I'm going to try and build all these up and see if we can find somewhere to put them, because normally we put them on the trellis outside. But I don't think they get enough light, and also they get a lot of wind. When the wind blows, it comes around that corner. So I think they need to be somewhere else. But once we do these beds, I might be able to get some arches across from one to another and just slot something like this to grow in, because if we can get some flowers in there as well, it attracts bees and things like that, which is good for pollinating everything. That's why on the front where me fruit trees are, we've got a whole side of lavender, because that attracts bees something brilliantly, you know. It's just full of bees, and it's great then because they make great pollinators, obviously, for the fruit. So I think that's why I get plenty of good fruit out there. Still got some pumpkins, jack-o'-lantern seeds. These were saved from not last year, the year before. Obviously, I don't know when they should be used by, because just save my own. Grew some last year and they grew beautiful. We put them on the front because our idea was we'll grow them loose on the front, snake them around all the fruit trees, and then they're in situ ready for Halloween, which will look really good. But they died off on the front. I think they were too open to the sun, and because the trees are only nothing much more than sticks really at the moment, they're not fully grown. So I think once they are, there'll be a bit more shade out there, but at the moment it's not really suitable. So again, I've got to think about where we can put them. Got a great big envelope here of runner beans, absolutely loads. We save all of the really hard runner beans, you know, as they sort of go past and they go stringy and hard. So we keep them and take the beans out, and I've got absolutely loads there to go in. We like runner beans, and I'm going to try and do them fresh this year and not do so many, so I haven't got to stack all my freezers up. My freezers are full at the moment, but I want to try and grow in season, and obviously if we've got a few extra, we will freeze them or something. but I'm thinking as well about using things in jars, seeing what we can put in jars and things like that as well. Because what happened if the electric went down, you know, I'd lose them all. So if I can put things in some jars as well. We'll see. But that's another reason as well I want to sort of grow all year round, because there's something nice about waiting for the next season's fruit or veg. If you've got it all year round, like you can buy things all year round in supermarkets, nothing comes as a treat anymore. I mean, it's nice to sit here and think, oh, when the strawberries grow, just taste one of them strawberries and looking forward to a strawberry. And, you know, same like wintertime, oh, have a Brussels sprouts when they grow in the garden, have your Christmas dinner and all your winter dinners, and it's just nice in the right season, and nothing tastes nicer than growing it yourself. So looking forward to that. Oh, I've got another pack of flower seeds here. Here's something I bought. Calendula. What I'm hoping to do with the calendula is, apart from it's going to look pretty, I want to try and make some ointments with it, because it's very good for wounds and things like that, apparently, if you make it using beeswax, I think it was. I've got it written down somewhere. I did jot it down. I saw it and I jotted it down in note format, but I've got to find where I put it. But I know where I saw it, so I just have to go back to find where I'd watched it and jot it down again if I can't find my notes. But yeah, I thought I'm going to give that a go, because one thing I want to do as well is try and grow some herbs and things for medicinal purposes, you know, natural things. So I got some calendula seeds, and they're going to look pretty as well, aren't they? It's anything that looks pretty and serves a purpose. You can't go wrong, can you? So what I got left from last year, all in a bag. I think I got some leek seeds in there. Trouble is, I save empty packets as well as full packets, so I can look what they say in them. I think that's empty, so I haven't got any leeks in there. So one thing I do need then is leeks. So they were nice, so I've got to get some leeks. Actually, I'll put them there. Still using my Tom Thumb lettuces. I grew some last year and I'd opened them the year before. These said best by the end of 2021, but they'll be going in again this year, and I'll guarantee they'll grow. They will grow. So I'll get some more of them on the go, and I want to do them in the stacker, and I want to see if I can get some leaves as well. Some coloured leaves to make salads look nice. Peppers, I can feel the seeds still in there. I didn't use many of them, so I'm going to have a go at growing them. They didn't do so well last year. They grew too late, so I'm going to try and do them a bit earlier. It does say sow indoors from February, but I promised myself I'm not going to grow nothing until April, after last year's fiasco. So we'll see. But I'm going to pop them into bigger pots or into some of them planters. We shall see. Spring onions. I've opened them, but I can feel that there's some in there. I think I should have another packet of spring onions somewhere. Not sure where, but we'll put them there. So they're all Mr. Fothergill's variety. I got some sweet corn, and I noticed I have got some seeds left in it. I probably want some more. I don't know. You don't need to grow a lot of sweet corn. You need a lot of space to grow a lot of it. But I did notice, actually, these are an F1. So I don't think it would be a good idea for me to save any seeds from these, because they're already hybrids, and I don't want to go them again, sort of thing. So I feel there's a few seeds in there. I think I grew 9 stalks last year, so I think there'll be enough to do the similar again. So we'll work on them. I've got some cress that's been knocking around for years. Maybe we ought to grow that in something indoors. Cabbage. Oh, I must have used all of that. I thought I'd got cabbage left. Looks like I've got to buy some more cabbage. So I've got no cabbage left. Red, picking chalk together. red cabbage. I could have sworn I'd got seeds left for all these, red cabbage and white cabbage. Lost them. That's a packet of pansy seeds, don't need that, that's empty. Broccoli. Do you know, I think I've got to buy more seeds than I thought. Broccoli's empty.
No.
Let's find somewhere where I've hidden them all. Got a packet of carrot seeds not been opened. These are Autumn King. So outdoors from March. Can be ready from June, July, so it's not too bad. Oh, put the empty ones on top of my full ones here. Got a brand new packet of beetroot. I always get the Bolt Hardy variety. I always have done. Always got on well with them. Got a freezer full of beetroot. Love beetroot. Plenty in there to do this year. Feels swede in there, so we've got some swede left. And it was bad last year because I grew them in those tubs under the window. Butterflies had them first of all, and I thought, well, not to worry because these grow underground. So I got no leaves on them, and then the bits on the ground just rotted, and I think it was because they're in the tub. So this year we're hoping to put them into the raised beds, and we'll see how we go. You do everything by trial and error. Cucumber. That's also an hybrid variety, an F1. But they will be, because I buy the ones that have got female plants. They're all female. So they're bound to be hybrid ones. But I always go for them. So I'm not sure I've got a few in here. You don't normally get many in the in the cucumbers. I've got a lot of interference going on behind me because they're cleaning out the fish tank, and we've got baby fish, and I think they're trying to catch them because he wants to give it a complete clean. Oh, I don't seem to have many in here. I think there's 3 in here. I might buy some more of these to be on the safe side. Can be quite expensive though, these. So I will need some more of them. I'll put them over there. I've got another packet of lettuce, all year round lettuce, that's not been used. Butterhead lettuce. Butterhead. Favourite butterhead with a long season. So once I've used the others up, I will start on them and see. Oh, these have got to 2024, so I've got plenty of time to start on them. Tomatoes, I've got tomato seeds left. I never use all of them. I always end up overrunning tomatoes, and it's one thing I can't sell or even give away because everybody seems to be inundated with tomatoes. But these are the money makers. I always have money makers for the big tomatoes. I always, lots of seeds in there. Thing is, I like to buy extra in, but I don't want to get too far ahead with all my seeds, otherwise they will be a long way out of date. Not that they probably won't grow, but they might not grow as good, might not get as many. So yeah, these are money makers. They're quite nice, we do like them. Put them over there. Now I've got a few white onion seeds left, but what I haven't bought out to show you is I've got some onion sets from last year. I went out and bought onion sets and I didn't use them. I've had a peek at them. I've hidden them in a dark place in my cupboard, the bottom of a box, and put loads of stuff on top. And I've just had a peek at them, and there's a couple got some little shoots on. So I'm hoping to keep them in that state and not any worse, and get them out as soon as we're able to do that. I don't know what I'll do with the rest of these seeds. I don't really know whether I'll plant them, just put them somewhere where I find a gap and see what happens. Got plenty of Brussels sprout seeds left. I can feel them. So again, they can go out. See, these say to sow indoors from February, and they can go out from the back end of March. But they'd have to go out under cover. They can be sown outdoors from the back end of March and plant out from April. But I think I'm just going to start everything in the beginning of April. Whoops, this sounded a bit loose. cauliflowers. I've got some cauliflowers. I'm not sure how many I've got in there. It doesn't feel like many, but I know there's some in there because I've folded it over. I have to go in and look at everything. Oh, there's quite a few. I'm just hoping this year that we can find a way of beating the caterpillars to them, getting everything covered up. Got some red cherry tomatoes. I can feel seeds in there. There'll be plenty in there. I like little cherry tomatoes in salads. Oh, I've got another packet of Swede. That's the hybrid one, but that'd be handy. So I'll get a few extra cucumber. I need some more broccoli and some cabbage. I could have sworn I'd got cabbages left and leeks. So I do need to get some more of them. So, bring you up a bit. So yeah, that's all the seeds I've got at the moment. I'm going to have a look for the seed catalogues, see what else there is. I'm looking at some herbs. I had a lovely herb garden on the front and then got rid of it all, but I just want to see what herbs we'll use. I mean, obviously we've got the mint, but we'll see what we're going to use because I want to start making my own tomato sauces next year with all the tomatoes. Might have grown some of them outside. We've only ever done them in the greenhouse as well, so I might try some outside and see what happens. They're such slow growing though. They seem to be ages the back end of summer when they take off, so all your salad stuff's grown and it's at the back end of my tomatoes. But I'm going to try and keep everything going this time. The idea is to feed the family all year round as best that we possibly can, and I want to make sauces, and like I said about herbs, I want to see what herbs can complement to go in some of the sauces. So that's the seeds I've got. I will have a look now through the catalogue, see what else I need, and can't wait to plant them. Although I've told myself I'm not doing nothing till the 1st of April. Last year I think I started like back in February and March. I was busy in the greenhouse. By the time we got them out with rains, and I was battling to save things all the time. And I thought, I'm going to go with April this time, because I used to always plant on the beginning of April and everything was always okay. So I'm going to do it again, I'm going to say. But I'm going to keep my gardener's journal updated this year so I can see what's happening and I can refer to it year in, year out. So that's it for today. Got a bit of homeschooling. If anybody knows anything about what I told you about the homeschooling, just drop some comments down below, let us all know what you know. And Sean wanted to show you a book that she's been doing, which we've done, and I want to show you my seeds, what we got, and just have a chat about the seeds. So that's it for now. It's Friday, so have a lovely weekend everybody, and take care of yourselves, and we'll see you on Tuesday. So bye for now.